In this video I'm building tank 7 of 10 Squidward house. And this one is different because it's not for a fish I went out and bought. It is for a fish I have had since he was smaller than my fingernail. Let me show you how I did it. Just like the pineapple house tank, I started with a 3D design, the 30cm cube, the plant modules, and a Squidward Easter Island head. And if you saw my last week build, these two are neighbors in the show, so it felt right to build them back to back. Then I grabbed the tank itself, a 30cm by 30cm rimless cube that holds about 7 gallons, which is a great size for a Betta. This one already have frosted vinyl on the back and a foam pad at the bottom to protect the glass from cracks. For the lights, I used the same 2-wick Aqua lights from the last tank because they are perfect for a cube this size. Then I filled the tank with water. If you have seen my videos, you know I always do this first because the plants that I'm about to add are already grown and ready to go. That is because my plant modules. If you are wondering what those are, Modular Planted Floor are what I use in all my aquariums. Each one starts with a 3D printed container. I cut a sponge to the same size as the containers, and then I cut slits into the sponge where the plants will go. After that, I fill the container halfway with substrate. I run glue along the walls and then press the sponge lid on top. Once the glue dries, I push the plants into the slits until the roots touch the soil. And the sponge snaps back and grips every stem like fingers. That is how you get these planted floors. If you want to build your own, I made a full video showing every step. For this Aquascape, I wanted to use 2 large modules with Rotala wallichii. Two medium modules with Hygrophila pinnatifida, and a few small ones in the front, including a pink crypt and red Samolus. I laid them all out on the table so I can show you. Making a fish tank with these modules is very easy. They are already carrying beneficial bacteria and that helps the new tank settle in faster. These modules are perfect. I started with the 2 Rotala modules in the back as the tall background plants. The Hygrophila went in right in front of them. Then I placed the red Samolus in the front right corner. Put a medium hair grass module in the middle. And finish the front left with a small pink plant. This tank could have stayed just like this. But this is a series and I have 10 SpongeBob aquariums to build. So Squidward's house was next on the list. It has the windows and a door that opens and closes, so I knew it would be a perfect home for one fish. I lowered it into the tank, spent a few seconds working the air bubbles out so it wouldn't float, and the decoration was done. That plus the plant was everything a fish needed. Now the one fish. This is Tiki, and I have him since he was a fry, back when he was barely bigger than a grain of rice. He's been living in a grow out tank this whole time, and this is the first place I have ever built for him. First, I put him into the tank so he can get used to the water, and after 20 minutes, it was time to let him out. Tiki didn't want to leave his cup at first, because he thought I was going to feed him. But after a few seconds, he swam out into his new home. He went straight for the plants in the front, and it really looked like he liked the pink one. He was moving fast, darting from one spot to another. He went around the outside of the house and checked all of it. The door, the nose, the windows, the ears, even the roof. He took his time, and only after all that he went in through the front door. Then a few seconds later, Tiki came out through one of the windows. I couldn't believe it. For some reason I thought he would never find them. Every time I walked up to the tank after that, he paced back and forth with all his energy asking for food. So I gave him a few pellets. After lunch, he went back to the tall plants in the back, disappearing to them completely. And then popped out of a window whenever I called him. Here's what stayed with me. Tiki went around that entire house before he went inside it. First, he checked every side. And I get it because I have known this fish since he was a fry, and this is the first home he's ever had that somebody built for him. He wanted to be sure. Seven down, 3 more to go. See you next week.